Hi, Jason. I feel good. Thanks for having me tonight.
Apologies for nearly calling you Jenny there.
It's all right.
Yeah, is that all right? Yeah. Now, tell us a bit about yourself. We like to hear about characters here in Phuket and where you're from originally and what you do here.
Well, I was born and grew up in Versailles in French. I'm half French, half American. And, I studied in Paris hotel management, and then I took off for an international career. And that brought me here after 12 years of hospitality in 5-star resorts here to Phuket. And now I'm the product development manager for Asia Marine. It's a luxury yacht chartering business in Phuket. But I also do photography, and that's what it's all about here today.
And this is what we're talking about. This is the shades of grey. So what kind of photography do you do? What is your main feature? Because I've seen some examples. Obviously, we've got a feature on you in this week's edition of the Phuket News.
On the paper, online as well.
It's there. It's online as well. And it's on page 2 on the culture page of the Life magazine in this week's edition of the Phuket News. So tell us, what got you into photography and what kind of photography do you do?
Well, photography has always been there, and it's never enough. It's like my eyes just never stop working on observing things, looking at finding interesting subjects to capture, And, I don't have my signature yet, so I tend to to be seduced by all sorts of shooting moments, such as, stealing portraits from strangers, like reporters do, or extreme sport in motion, underwater pictures. I just try to capture even panoramas. But what I really love the most is my favorite is to capture nighttime long exposures, because for some reason it's like magic. You make people disappear.
Oh, brilliant!
It's magic.
Make people ghostly, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Is this how? Because the beautiful shot you've got here, I'm presuming that's not Blackpool Tower. I think that might be the Eiffel Tower.
It is the Eiffel Tower. And the interesting thing is that photo you see on the newspapers this week, it's my favorite moment being from Paris to capture the Eiffel Tower, because at midnight, it does go glittering every hour starting at 8 p.m., but at midnight it shuts down, but it starts glittering for the last time of the day. So it's completely dark, and you see just those sparkles.
So it's catching it at that very point where it'll be the darkest, yeah?
Yeah.
Because this is it, because it's obviously, it looks mega vibrant there. It looks like it could have been photoshopped.
It hasn't been photoshopped.
Well, this is the beauty of it, and this is what I want to ask you as well on old school to new school. But we'll talk about that a bit more. Talk more about your so what else to express yourself. You want to show people your experiences, and also who's inspired you to get into photography?
Well, photography, I've been inspired by people around me, by moments, because I do pay attention to everything that's going on in life. It's really focusing on a lot of details. People, what they're saying, what they're doing, how they move. Could be animals, could be architecture, could be a combination of both. And I'm ready. I'm just can't wait, for example, when technology will be able to have an integrated camera in your eye,
This is it, because the future's coming. Well, the future's here, and it seems like we might have these kind of contact lenses that might just have a lens shutter on them.
Come on, Google is coming up with the Google Glass. That's
exactly.
Crazy.
So it is.
We're getting there.
It is very crazy. And how do you feel about the old school to the new school? From old school, because I know that reading a little bit about what you've put here in the feature, you're printing still on a canvas style sort of, so you're still using a kind of artistic form to present your photography.
Exactly, yeah.
And this was old school. Sorry, carry on.
No, go ahead. Basically, I do it on canvas, mounted on wooden frame. It looks like a painting sometimes, and I think it really looks great. It's good to look at it on an iPhone, on a tablet, on a computer. You can print it on a nice book, and I do that. You'll be able to see that at the exhibition as well. I have some nice books to present a lot of pictures, because I'll be exposing about 23 pictures that night on the walls. It gives a different vibration to the picture, basically. It's a bigger size. Depending on how you decorate your place, it gives a different vibration to the photo. And it's type of a classic way to see it. when everybody's looking at pictures nowadays by scrolling.
Well,
You know?
this is it. It just seems like you don't ever see many people printing photography anymore. It's like there's such a beauty and depth in printing itself, the quality that it gives it to what paper you select to use and what canvases you use, and so this must be something that's quite important. Now, Phuket photography. How have you felt? Like you've been a photographer around the world now. You've travelled. How do you feel Phuket is for vibrancy?
I have been surprised because Phuket has a lot of beauty around here, especially when you talk about nature and the reason why you will see the pictures that I'm bringing are from different parts of the world, but it's kind of we're in a beach style place here, and I think people living here sometimes they miss the artistic touch that you find more in cities in general. So that's my idea of bringing this event and this exhibition today, because when I was living in San Francisco, for instance, there was a bar where I loved to go because this bar just gave a chance to all the artists in the city to expose what they did on the walls of this bar. It was changing like every 2 weeks. So you were going to the same place that you like to hang out with your friends there, and you get a different decoration every time.
So it was like same bar, different place, kind of. It was a different scenario,
Exactly.
you know. It gave it a different kind of feel every time.
And I found this awesome spot in Phuket town to start doing that because it has its spirit in the place, but it's quite ready for gallery type of decoration because he left a lot of space on the walls ready to expose different things. And that's what I'd like to bring here, is maybe other artists and other places, restaurants, bars would like to do that. I think it's amazing because people are too much on their iPads and iPhones. Even when they hang out together, they don't even talk to each other. They almost text to each other when they're in front of another.
Oh, Jerry, don't get me even started on that.
Uh-huh.
Please do not get me started on that. I mean, I think I'm too stupid to use my smartphone anyway.
When it's smart.
Putting that aside, I could gladly smash that up to gain another 25 friends a week. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
that subject in itself is something different. Now, let's talk about the main event.
Yeah.
It's the opening night is going on at Rendezvous, which is in Phuket Old Town. It's on the road that many people will know has Kajoksi and Sawai restaurant.
It's exactly literally across from Kajoksi. You can't miss.
So if people know Kajoksi, it's quite relatively new place.
Oh yeah, it's been here for like 4 months, 5 months. I think,
And so
like that.
this is going to be the venue on Monday, which is the 11th. The opening party starts. Give us more details and tell us what people can expect.
Yeah, well, I chose Monday first because most people don't have any plans on a Monday. They're just pissed they have to go back to work after the weekend. Well, we give them a chance to have something cool to do, and that's really cool to come there. Monday night at 7 p.m. until 9, we'll have our great sponsors, BB&B, Wine and Taste, and Shalom Berum will pour the drinks. Our host will obviously prepare delicious canapes and food, and there's a nice other reason to come, not just to see my art, but there's a great raffle after 9ish, which will give a chance for people to get great prizes.
And some nice prizes.
Yeah.
Cool.
My Cow Dream Resort in Nighthigh Beach is giving us a night for 2.
Oh, wow.
in
I
their
love
resort.
that place. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's very quiet and sweet.
And
Very nice to relax there. The Trisara Resort is giving us a nice dinner for 2. Indigo Pearl is giving us a spa treatment for 1 hour for 2 in their Cocoon Spa. And obviously our host is offering a dinner for 2 in their restaurant at the Rendezvous.
So there you go. So some amazing, delectable prizes for people to go along. Now there's a cover charge which is 300 baht to get in,
Yeah.
and that'll cover some, the nice food and the chances to win, and also to see your photography.
They'll
Now,
be there for a whole month, actually.
that we'll be
Yeah.
there. We'll be there for the month. Now, are the pieces for sale as well?
They are for sale, and you'll be able to see that as well when you're there. They'll be exposed for a whole month. That gives you a chance to come on Monday, but also then talk to your friends and bring some people along for a nice, cozy dinner in this cute restaurant for the rest of the month.
I think this is a really nice idea, Jerry. I really do, and especially the changing fact of it, and the fact that you're not bedded in with ego. That you're like, no, I'm going to be doing this for 6 months exhibition. You're ready for people to have their chance of exhibiting as well.
Yeah,
I think big respect to that, sir. I think that is very cool indeed. Now, also, can we just talk about this other photo, which is in the Phuket News in your feature here, the one with the drop? It looks like a marble or a drop of water, even, or something. What's going on with this one?
That's a mystery, man.
It's a mystery.
A lot of people are wondering how that was shot. Well, that's first. It's real. It's not Photoshop. Like, I didn't combine or do special effects.
I expected that as the answer.
I am literally holding a little bubble of jelly between my hands that was dripping of water, so that's why you see through it. And I did capture the view through that thing.
It's incredible. Is this one of the pieces of work that's going to be exhibited?
It will be on the walls, and that was shot in Bora Bora.
Okay, from Bora Bora. One of my favourites out of that piece is just it's mind blowing. So to see it in its full effect, actually hung on the walls in Rendezvous. Make sure, listeners, that you are there from 7 o'clock at Rendezvous. In Old Phuket Town to see the fantastic photography of Mr. Jerry Minoret.